Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. I'm Malari and welcome back to the Fortnite series. This is going to be the last video of the Fortnite series. We are moving on to the Peely palette. This one is so cute to me. It's like a little banana with like arms. I'm like, he's so cute. He's so cute. What I love about this one just off the bat is that it's pretty. It's like a pretty neutral palette, so nothing too crazy going on, mainly just yellow. Again, I'm kind of worried about the green screen changing the colors. If it does, I'll put like a picture of it right here so you can actually see what the color story looks like. But yes, look at this. How beautiful. This shade right here, Banana Rift, that one, it has to be used today. It just has to. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm thinking we're gonna do something smoky and cute. So if you're interested in watching me create a look with this palette, continue watching. Okay, so first shade we're gonna use, and we are using, this is a Glammier, some sort of blender. We're gonna go into this shade. We can probably actually use a lot of these today. We'll try to use as many as we can. Let's try to go into this Potassius. It's like a play on potassium, I guess. That's kind of cute. Okay, so far Potassius is looking okay. It is. I am actually running low on like my eyeshadow base, but I thought I could just get this video done with the little bit that I have, and I kind of feel like that was a mistake because maybe we needed more base for this. I was literally scraping it out of the bottle, but so far, I mean, it looks okay. Just feels like, I feel like it could be more vibrant. So let's just see how it goes. Okay. So far so good. Now let's go into this, let's go into Smoothie right here. I was gonna do Split, but let's go into Smoothie instead. So this is an interesting, so Smoothie is kind of an interesting shade. It's like a, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like an orangish brown. I mean, you can see that in the pan, but just like seeing it on skin, it just didn't transform the way I thought that it would, which I'm not mad about. It's just, normally these shades look a little bit different on. So far so good. Let's just carry on. It's looking okay. One thing about these Makeup Revolution palettes is that they're not ever something I'm like, oh, this is so bomb, this is my favorite palette ever, but they are good, if that makes any sense. I'm like, they're like okay, but I'm just not ever really super excited about them for some reason. I don't know, it's something about them that's just not giving them like that star quality that I like to see in palettes. But I mean, it's pretty good. It's okay. So since I want to use this Banana Rift shade, I really want to use this on the lid. So I'm going to do a kind of like a smoky eye, I want to say. So I'm not exactly sure. Let's swatch it real quick and just see. Okay, so that comes out completely gold. That is actually really, that's really nice right there. So I think we're going to do a halo eye. I'm going to do a full swatch on these palettes in the shorts. So if you want to see what the swatch looks like for all the shades, check out my YouTube shorts for those swatches. But yeah, that's really pretty. That went on, that glid on really like smooth and everything too. So we are going to take, so let's go ahead and go into this shade right here, Peely. This is super dark. Be careful with this one. We'll start really low. I do want to do a halo eye, but I do want to just deepen up this look completely. So I am going to go ahead and go along the crease with it too. But I'm not actually in love with the way that this is blending out. See if we went back in with Peely and Potassius. We'll see if that, I mean, not Peely, Potassius and Smoothie. Let's see if that'll help the blend right here. Because right now, it's not giving at all. I'm just like, oh my gosh, spoke too soon. So I actually hate how this is blending together. This shade is almost like it just refuses to blend in this crease. I'm gonna try another brush and see if that'll help. If anything, it made it worse just now. So again, not loving that. Okay. Well, we know the Banana Rift worked well with my finger whenever I swatched it initially, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that in the middle and just see what happens. I feel like this probably is just gonna be an all over lid shade, not necessarily a halo, just because the swatch looks so bad. Just gonna put that right on top. Not the swatch, the blend in this crease, it looks so terrible. So let's just see how we can fix it. Okay, so that's looking a little bit better. I am gonna go ahead and grab, because I want to try to salvage this look, I'm gonna go ahead and grab another palette and just see if we can get something else to blend this in with, and see if it's just me or if it's the palette or whatever. I do have one of my favorites right here. This is the On the List palette by Colourpop. This is so old, y'all. I wonder if palettes expire for real. I mean, I'm sure they do, but this one is definitely one of my favorites. It's just why it was right here, because I reach for it all the time. You know what? I'm actually going to use the same brush so that I can see if it actually is like a palette issue or something that we're doing wrong. So I'm going to go into this shade right here, Highest Rated. Already it looks better. So I think that is my issue with Makeup Revolution. Their shades, they need more, I don't know what you would call it. Would you call it more coverage or more like pigment or something? Because it's almost so opaque that you can't blend it. But here I just went in with this Colourpop brush, with this Colourpop shade, and it blended out almost immediately. I mean, when you got it, you got it. When you got it, you got it. The girls who get it. And the girls that don't, they don't. I'm just kidding. I don't want to shade them, because I mean, so far it has been okay. But yeah, that shade was just a no-go. So I'm just going to go in. This is the same shade from Colourpop that we used over there. Let me see the name of it. This is the Highest Rated, no pun intended. So we're gonna go back in with that shade with the same brush, and remember on this side we didn't already have the dark shade, and let's just see how it would blend out over here. So I'm gonna go back in with Potassius. Then Smoothie. And then back in with Highest Rated. Okay, so now I'm actually going to go back in with Peely, that dark brown. The blend on that is so much better. It is a very dark look. So I feel like this is something that I would wear like out for like something fancy, like some sort of event, like when you're trying to be like super ultra glam, but definitely not like an everyday look. Let's go ahead and go back into Banana Rift. Put that on the lid. Spread it on the lid. You guys, I've been in Florida all weekend. Well, I'm back home now, but guys, I had such a nice time. Like every time I go somewhere, I swear I'm like ready to move. Like I've been in Florida all week. Florida was so very nice. It treated me so well. I feel like I should go back. I deserve to be there. That's where I should be. somewhere along some water. I wanna be where the water is. Okay, so while I'm cleaning up this fall out, I'm gonna tell you about my time in Florida. So let me tell you the story of the reason why I went. So my husband was on a work trip, and he initially told me he was gonna have to be out there for about a full month. Well, let's back up, because at first, whenever he was first gonna go out there, he was saying he was gonna be out there for 2 weeks, and then it changed to 3 weeks, and then he called me and he was like, hey, I don't know, it might be another week. So I was like, be for real. Our kids are out of town too. They go out of town during the summer, and I was like, first of all, what do people do whenever they don't have like a significant other at home or kids or anything, no pets, no nothing, because that was literally me. I'm like, I'm so bored. People at work were getting on my nerves, so I've just decided whenever work starts getting on my nerves, I just need to take a trip. Whether it's just like a 1 or 2 day trip, I just need to get out of town, get my mind off of work, because honestly, no matter where you're working, you do not get paid enough to spend more time at work than you do with your family. That's about where I'm at. That's about where I'm at. I'm not getting paid enough to spend more time with my coworkers than my family, so no. Or, you know, people that I actually care about, or even with myself. So no thank you. So with him being in Key West for 2 weeks, I was like, well, I've never been to Key West, and he was out there having the time of his life. He went parasailing and jet skiing and I said, oh hell no, like I'm here by myself, bored as hell, I'm just gonna make a trip. So and we had talked about me going out there beforehand. It's not like I was just being a psychopath and just popped up on him, but I was going to surprise him, because he had only gone out there with 2 weeks worth of clothes, and if he was going to be out there for a month, I'm like, I'm sure he's tired of wearing the same stuff. They have a laundromat there, so he went and washed clothes, but it's still like, I don't know, I think I'll get tired of wearing the same stuff. Like, where my cute stuff at? So I was going to bring a big suitcase and bring like some of his clothes with me, and then bring some of his old stuff back, and you know, just have a good time out there. So I booked my trip, and I'm like getting everything ready, and I'm trying to keep it a secret or whatever, and I can't hold words, so I'm like telling people at work, and I told some of my friends like what I was gonna do to try to surprise him or whatever. And then out of nowhere he calls me, he's like, oh hey, so we're actually coming home this weekend. And I was like, I felt like that lady on that judge show where she was like, she was really too stunned to speak. I was like, well, what day are you coming home? And he says, oh, we're coming home on Friday. I leave on Saturday at this point. My flight is on Saturday. I'm just like, oh my God, cover blown. So I was like, are you sure you're leaving then? He was like, yeah, like, I think we are, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, so I gotta tell you, like, I already booked a flight to come out there. He was like, what? He was like, you're so crazy, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, it ended up working out. He didn't leave till Monday, which is whenever I came back too. But his flight left at like 12, and mine didn't leave until 6 p.m. So I was out there for some time by myself, but it was actually kind of nice. So like the first couple of days we spent the days together, and then the day that he left, the guy he was out there working with, I don't know why he wanted to leave so early, but he got on a flight around, like their flight didn't leave until 2, but he wanted to get to the airport like 11, so they left early. So I just left my luggage at the hotel. I was like, can you just hold this for me? I'll be back. So I went on a walk. I had lunch at the pier, like where all the boats were docking and stuff. I sat there and I watched a movie. The girl kept checking on me. I'm like, girl, listen, I'm good. My flight's not till later. Like, just keep bringing me water, please. Or just leave some out here for me, because I sat outside. Even though it was hot, I still wanted to sit outside because the air just feels so much clearer out there. I don't know what it is. It just felt so nice. And I was watching everybody get on their boat tours and their expeditions. And we did one of those too, like a boat party thing. It was so fun. Highly recommend it. Work gets too stressful, life gets too stressful, book you a trip, girl. Book that trip. I don't know if y'all use Afterpay, but Expedia takes Afterpay. A lot of places take Afterpay, even if you like, I don't really have it like that right now, girl. Put that on Afterpay. Put them flights on Afterpay, or use a credit card, rack up the miles, do whatever you gotta do. Go on a road trip. Do whatever you gotta do, girlfriend. So the gold, the Banana Rift shade in here, it is definitely pretty good, pretty good. The shimmers actually normally end up working out in this palette. What the issue here is that the shades that should be blendable are not. And that's what's frustrating to me about Makeup Revolution. I think because I remember saying earlier, like, I don't know what it is that's just making me not give them their credit. It's that small fact. Actually, in my world, it's a big one. Because how do you have all these shades and we can't really blend them that well? Like, I literally had to call in Colourpop to fix our mistakes just now. So yeah, I say it's a good buy for the shimmers if that's just mainly what you're interested in, or if you don't really use too many dark shades, because these shades blended together just fine. It was whenever we used this dark shade where it was just like, I can't really handle all this pigment. I can't handle it. But yeah, overall, I would say, I mean, for the price of Makeup Revolution, I mean, why not? But if you're actually looking for something good, like you're trying to collect good makeup palettes, I would not recommend this. So that is all for the Makeup Revolution Fortnite collection. I hope you all enjoyed the videos. If you did not see the other two with the Supply Llama and the Cuddle Team Leader, I will link those down in the description box below and just put a card up here for you to watch them. And if you're not already subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and you guys will see my face in the next one.